Hello everybody, my name is Leona and today we're taking a look at this label refresh of Campbell's Double Noodle Soup. First, let's break down the old design. The brand is easily recognized by this red banner on the top with a white logo. On the old package, they do use a drop shadow on their flowing script logo type. This feature isn't seen anywhere else in the design and is a bit outdated. Campbell's has a wide variety of soups, but Double Noodle in particular is a favorite for picky kids who don't want bits of veggies in their soup. In their design, they play with color and fun display fonts to try to appeal to kids as well as the parents who just want their child to eat something without too much fuss. However, there are so many fonts used on this label it gets overwhelming and disconnected. There are 3 different typefaces used in the front of the can. One for classic recipe, one for double, and then another for noodle. Using elements like the double line and the word double is a fun way to tie the product into the type, but again, with nothing else sharing this look, it ends up feeling disconnected. The words condensed soup has been pushed underneath the logo type, feeling very cramped, and a bit difficult to read here. Looking at the overall color scheme, they've used complementary colors of purple and golds. While this is eye-catching, there is some random neon orange used in the word noodle. Though it could be used for emphasis, it doesn't make any sense here. For some of their imagery, they've used a photo of the product. While it can be helpful to show the product directly on the package for consumers to find what they're looking for, this picture is very flat and unappealing. The golden color also makes type more difficult to read when placed over it, so any informational type around it has white stroke, a choice that wasn't so much decided on as it was forced. To add some kid-friendly imagery, they placed an accent banner of purple patterns to tie in with the gold font. However, it peeks out behind the letters in awkward places, feeling like an afterthought. Moving along to the back of the can, the nutrition facts are done in black on white background, breaking the iconic red banner of Campbell's. Though it's easy to read, it does break the brand recognition of that red banner on the top. All information on this label is oriented horizontally, leading to long lengths that nobody wants to read. This also forced the instruction box into a long, narrow rectangle. The label for directions is stuck on sideways like a book cover, which changes the reading order. Everything is written in caps other than a single line, making it feel very cramped and heavy on the eye. They used red lettering to bring emphasis to different sections of the type. But again, this just feels too heavy and difficult to read. To help with the lack of brand recognition, they added a small version of their logo, but it has become pixelated and difficult to recognize. Overall, there is such a variety of styles used on this label, it prevents it from feeling like a cohesive design. Information has been stretched and squashed, leading to readability issues. Now, let's break down what they did on the new can. There has been a slight change to the logo. While they kept the same flowing script feel, they've modified it to remove connections between letters and make it feel a bit more modern. They also got rid of the drop shadow, so this new logo type looks clean and crisp on their red banner background. All type on this can is some form of sans serif. There's some variety between thick and thin, but it feels much more cohesive than the old design. To bring in some playful interaction, the letters in the words double noodle are skewed so that they're kind of bouncing around. Condensed soup has been shortened to just condensed and moved to the top of the can. This makes it easier to read and is easy to get to, while the thin gold font used also helps it from being too high on the hierarchy, despite being on the very top of the can. They've kept with the gold and purple color scheme, but have refined their color palette here. The words double noodle is in a bright gold font, while the rest of the type is in a more gray tone, letting color bring forward the type of soup. A lot of their elements have now become very center justified, but in a cylindrical can this works pretty well as this is meant to be the side facing forward. Looking at the imagery, they've made some adorable illustrations of the noodles juggling and hula hooping. The ball in the center of the can holds up the red banner, and the curve feels a bit like a circus tent. There's a grainy textured orange that looks a bit like confetti or light cascading down in the background. There is an odd bar of this color on the side of one of the noodles that looks out of place. It may be meant to look like another platform, but because it is cut off by the edge, it looks like a mistake. This illustration is meant to make it more appealing to kids, and it does catch the eye. Moving along to the back of the can, the nutrition facts have been done in white type on a red background. This allows the red banner to go along the top of the label and keep brand recognition, while keeping the information easy to read. The content on the back has also been broken into columns. This leads to shorter line lengths that are much easier to read. The directions are now in a more vertical box with the label clearly at the top. A lighter typeface is used with sentence case in the instructions and bold caps to create emphasis. On this particular refresh, they partnered with Goldfish crackers. They ensured that the goldfish are close in color to the rest of the package and fit well beside the instructions. Overall, the label is simplified with illustrations that appeal to children and information broken down so that it's easier to read. The can itself has also gained an easy open top. This is perfect for convenience of opening the can without searching for the can opener or fighting to get the can open. Around this, they added their tagline, good, as well as some information on the can itself. Looking at the two cans side by side, there have been a lot of design changes made, and they've worked pretty well. While the old can felt a bit all over the place with many display types and squished composition, the new can feels like a cohesive design choice with some fun illustrations and information that is easy to read. And I gotta say, I just love these little noodle guys. I named this guy Ned. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I encourage you to keep an eye out at the store to see how brands have changed their designs to look better and better.